All right, Josh, are you ready for this?
So ready.
Because
So
we're in.
here's a question: do we see Rhaegar Lee Ming as bans?
No, I can't imagine why that would happen.
I want to see some Lee Ming tonight, TVK.
I
Please
really
let it
do
through the
too.
draft,
Come on,
please.
somebody let it through. Thrall! Yes! That means we're going to either see Rhaegar or Li Ming. Guaranteed. And Li.
No!
Frick. Well, I assume Bringers of the Storm is probably going to pick Rhaegar. So we haven't seen Rhaegar, so at least we're going to get some bark action. Maybe. I can't imagine him going through this. Yeah, there it
There
is.
we go. There we
Okay.
go.
I'm just as disappointed as you are, though, that we're not going to be seeing any Li Ming.
Yeah, I love seeing those orbs connect at max range
Oh, I
and
know.
bars just
S-
disappear. But
So good.
so obviously, first set of picks for Wedge of Destiny, Zagara likely an option. There's always a possibility for a Jaina pickup.
Or Muradin. We've
We
been
could see
seeing early
Merlin.
Muradin picks. I mean, he is a fantastic tank.
I do like that Bringers of the Storm has Rhaegar because maybe we'll see an Illidan, maybe we'll see a Cho'Gall, dare I say it. So some interesting possibilities set up by the fact that Rhaegar's in the draft and first pick Diablo,
Ooh,
shattering
first
all
pick Diablo.
expectations. Yeah, shattering all expectations. I like it, and it
I
is a
mean,
okay. I sense a pattern.
yep.
Apocalypse.
I wonder. I wonder if we'll see a Jaina if somehow it slips through, but I don't see that being very likely.
No, Bringers of the Storm has to pick Jaina,
I'm actually surprised
or they have
that
to.
we didn't see Jaina Zagara right off the bat because you wouldn't think Diablo would be nearly as contested. And see, there it is. And so they say, okay, you didn't pick Jaina, we're gonna grab her.
Yeah, I mean, if you take Jaina Zagara there, you probably have a chance to pick up Diablo later. Or there's definitely a chance, but
Yeah, I mean Diablo is not usually highly contested. You can usually get away with picking him, you know, in your second half and be fine.
I still think Maw Apocalypse is a dangerous combination. So I'm
Oh, it most
excited to
definitely
see
is.
excited to see what they do now. Bringers of the Storm, they're still, obviously always going to talk about Falstad and Brightwing on this map, because both of them are options. Obviously, Brightwing probably not going to be picked up by
No,
Bringers of the Storm,
I
but
I wouldn't be
Falstad.
surprised, yeah, to see a Falstad, but they are going to go with their tank. So they're going to pick up Johanna. We're going to switch back to Wedge of Destiny for a ban, and they ban out Zeratul. They don't want to deal with that Zeratul. Uh, if Falstad is not banned out here, we could see possibly a support ban out to limit Wedge of Destiny's choices, especially since they have their support already. And it is going to be a Charonda, so it's half a support. I'll take it still.
Interesting.
I'll take it.
Wondering, I'm gonna watch the rest of this draft and see how that Johanna pick really helps shake things out. Because I could have gone Falstad, and I would be surprised if Falstad made it through to the next two picks.
Yeah, I would be if I were Wedge of Destiny. Falstad would be a great pickup in this instance because that Gus can combo with what they've got already. If you do Maw into Apocalypse and Gus the rest of the team back before the Maw comes up, you can super isolate whoever you want to kill and
Yeah,
take
and
them
I mean,
down.
on the other side, if Bringers of the Storm has Falstad, you can guts the enemy team away from the mall, limiting the amount of follow up that they can really.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I think okay, so double tank with Murd and Diablo. And
Hey,
wow, there
yeah!
it is. Okay, okay.
Kale
I
thoughts,
like it.
boys.
I like it from the perspective of if you can pull off Maw Apocalypse, Chain Mob's going to do a lot of damage.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
they're going to be right next to. And not only that, you've got Flame Strike that you can throw down. Not necessarily as powerful as Blizzard, but still a nice AOE to follow up after an Apocalypse or after a Maw, or after both, if they're still
Right.
alive. After all that, but I like this. We talked about this last game. He's been nerfed some. His main source of damage, which is his living and his chain bomb, has not been nerfed. So we could still see some really good mileage out of Kael'thas, I think, with this combo.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that this composition actually represents a really good attempt a really good situation for Kael'thas to do a lot of damage. So I'm excited to see in action. We get
Lunara.
Lunara. She's been absent from our games tonight, and represents a really great sustained damage option. So the only thing I'm a little bit afraid of here is between Diablo and Muradin, there's going to be a lot of pressure on her to remain safe in team fights, because if she steps out of line, that Diablo is going to pick her up and toss her to his friend Muradin. So
yeah, and I mean, Lunara definitely more sustained damage, and there is the Falstad pickup. I didn't think he would get through the entire draft without getting picked up. There's a lot of damage on the side of Bring Us a Storm. I really like that. And we do have Medic picked up. Medic is a very good tank healer on the side of Wedge of Destiny. They can probably keep her safe between the Diablo and the Muradin, and she can keep up Kael'thas and Zagara to finish that off. Stim drone target. I mean, you've really only got Zagara for stim drone.
yeah, I mean, we could see medevac potentially, honestly, on this map, because it's actually pretty good here, and like you said, there's not a lot of good targets. Good news for Morales is there's not really an imminent threat to her life on the enemy team. Like, if you're too far forward, yeah, you might get hit by Thornwood Vine, maybe Hammerang, but
Yeah.
really, if she plays safe and her team is aware of where she is, she, it really can hang back and make sure people stay healed. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, there would have to be some big misplays on the side of Wedge of Destiny to really open up that, or really bad positioning on the part of Lieutenant Morales to really open her up to harm, because it's going to be hard to get through that front line of Diablo Muradin.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think that's like there's really no hard engage anyways on the side of Bringers of the Storm, short of like a Falstad fly behind Gust is kind of, I guess, hard engage, but there's really not, like, that potential doesn't really exist anyways.
No.
And having the Diablo Muradin, if they can get one of the squishies, it will secure a kill, but they don't really need to peel for the Morales. They just need to be aware of where she is.
The biggest threat for Wedge of Destiny is going to be getting blown up.
Yeah.
There's Zagara, their Kael'thas getting blown up by that Jaina, by that Lunara, by that Falstad, if they can catch them out. If they have good positioning, I think Wedge of Destiny has a far stronger team fight.
Yeah, I would agree. I really like the Morales against this composition, because, like I said, there's not a really imminent threat to her life, short of like a huge backwards gust or something. So interesting. I guess the water elemental could be a nuisance if Jaina goes that route.
Yeah.
But for the most part, easy life for the medic in the back line.
I love that Bringers of the Storm's little acronym is going to be bots. They're bots.
They're bots. Everywhere. Top, bottom, bots. I guess this is a weird thing to say, but maybe we could even see Leaping Strike from Lunara? I don't know.
I could see that.
Maybe. I guess we'll see. It's good for, like, counter overpower. But anyways,
yep. On the side of Bringers of the Storm, we have Azrael on Lunara. Boom! On Falstad. Felwyn on Jaina. Lava Kill on Johanna. And Strider on Rhaegar.
And then on the side of Wedge of Destiny...
Oh, look at this beautiful core circle.
Yeah. We have Dargok playing Lieutenant Morales, Carnet 38 on Muradin, Dark Zero XII, nice job, on Kael'thas, Ted Hawks on Diablo, and the illustrious Wang Dangler on Zagara.
And of course he plays Zagara too. Seriously.
I mean, I don't really know how to respond to that. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't have the tools to respond to that.
Well, we got a 5-man going out of Wedge of Destiny right now. They're just kind of rotating around. Zagara is going to be in that top lane against Falstad and Jaina right now. So if they leave her up there, Zagara's going to be pretty hard pressed to do much.
Yeah, I think that's not likely to be the case. Like, they probably won't both stay up there. And worst case scenario, Zagara maybe won't push out the lane, but like she can play pretty safe against those two if she's careful. So I'm not too worried about her. I am worried about the solo medic in the mid, but For the moment, it looks like they're actually...
There it is. They're going to rotate that around. Lunar doing a really good job using that wisp to make sure that she's adequately prepared for those rotations. Really nice wisp usage. And, oh man, there it is. There's the start of it. Zagara taken down by Jaina and Falstad. Just, yeah, that's a tough lane.
Yeah, you just got to play really far back, play really safe, and you know, Falstad is very mobile, so has the ability to flank you. And in that case, Zagara fell, and they're actually losing XP up there now, although Muradin is attempting to contest a shrine.
Yeah, just really some shrine contesting. Again, Medic solo in the middle right now.
Yep, and we actually, I'm going to keep an eye on the Kale build here to see if they're making any adjustments. We have Mana Addict. Rotation comes in. Yeah, nice Q from Diablo to
yeah,
try
beautiful.
And heal.
But the poison from Lunara getting the tick and getting the kill. Medic in the middle, channeling, but not quite. Nice job by Rhaegar to cap the shrine before Medic can cast.
And Kale was inches from that well.
Oh my gosh.
Saved his life, but no, negative. Wang Dangler in the top. Now just against Jaina, but Falstad actually flying in. They're going to make a play on this shrine.
Oh, and Kel'Thas going Gathering Power.
Oh, wow.
Oh no, Zagara just cannot deal with the damage and the mobility of Jaina and Falstad.
That was not so much a lot of Wang and a lot of Dangle from Zagara. So.
Oh man. Kel'Thas, again, nice body blocks by Jaina to keep him from getting around, and the poison again is going to finish him off just in front of the well.
They need to put a tombstone right next to that well for Kale, because wow, he just keeps dying in the same place to poison. That's rough.
Nice medic grenade to cancel that channel. Muradin just in time with the thunderclap, and they are able to get it back on top with Zagara.
There we go. Wang Dangler in the top. Recaps the shrine. Good stuff from him. But now again, like, this is history repeating itself as Falstad and Jaina decide, well, hey, we're going to gang up on the Zagara.
Yeah, and the problem is Zagara does not have a lot of creep down. They've been doing a really, really good job of clearing that creep out every time she puts it down, so it's all concentrated in one little spot.
Yep, but they managed to drive off Jaina for now. Muradin showing up in lane just as a threat. I like this move, but he's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah. And that's the thing. They're going to, just the burstiness and the amount of damage that Falstad and Jaina can do together, it's driving them off. Medic has to come up, going to heal Muradin up quite a bit, and Jaina's taking quite a bit of damage now.
Yeah, and Dargok actually pretty far forward as well. Almost got hit by the Cone of Cold, but he's actually going to be alright. They're just giving up the bottom shrine at this point for Destiny. It's they're not really able, they just are trying to hold on, basically. Maybe even this experience gap, catch somebody out.
Yeah, and honestly, though, for being 4 kills up, Wedge of Destiny is barely any XP down right now.
Yeah, and I wonder if some of that is soaked because, like, there's no towers down on either side. It's
gotta be. They've just been soaking better.
Oh, I think that there's like a little bit of a wave advantage to one side, and now actually Rhaegar takes some damage. He's going to be okay. The Hydra's doing a ton of damage to Falstad. I like it. And Rhaegar trying to help to clear out creep. Looks like maybe they want to make a move here, but in the meantime, Jaina is just outlaning Kel'Thas in the bottom.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for them. Rhaegar, nice Stormbolt by Muradin, trying to body block, but that wolf form just saving him, going to be able to outrun him. And they're having to focus so many resources up top right now, and they're now starting to really lose that soak game.
Yeah, that's an issue. For the moment, nobody's in middle lane, but for a while there, Johanna was, and nobody else was for Wedge. So
not only that, Kel'Thas is having just a time down here.
Yeah, but let's look on the bright side. He did successfully tap the well there before dying.
He did.
That's not bad.
Score.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough lane. And again, Johanna just coming down here to bully him. He probably feels pretty victimized, and he's actually going to... Wow.
Going to pop again. That extra rotation they're doing, and I mean, it seems like they're doing this on purpose. They are pressuring the crap out of Kel'Thas right now. Huge battle up top. Rhaegar barely alive. They do manage to kill him off. and Lunara has to pull back.
Yeah, and Diablo actually helped stop the cap on the Dragon Knight by shoulder charging there, which I like. So,
but at the
good
same
job.
time, Bringers of the Storm is now a full level, and their ultimate's ahead.
So taking a look here, really nothing surprising. I know I said Leaping Strike, hey, maybe, but nah, Thornwood fine, not surprised. Everything else is pretty much what you expected. It is Ring of Frost, though, not Water Elemental. So I guess we'll see.
There's the Ring of Frost down on Kael'thas. It does hit. Beautiful Blizzard, but Jaina just barely able to finish him off. And Diablo's not going to be able to catch her. It was so good. Diablo came in just the right time, but the Blizzard and the Ring of Frost combined was just too much.
And here's a dangerous moment now. Wedge of Destiny has bottom shrine, but they're down a person, so they could definitely get rotated onto, and it hasn't happened yet, but it looks like it might happen in just a couple seconds here as Johanna starts heading that way.
So Wedge of Destiny did get their level 10, and it's going to be Pyroblast. Ooh.
I like it. I like it. That's going to make that Lunara disappear.
Yep.
And potentially the Jaina, if she doesn't take Ice Block, though at this point I would assume that she would certainly consider that. The Stormbolt actually misses on Rhaegar. He's going to get away.
Oh, Diablo goes down in the middle to Falstad and the Jaina combo with Johanna. And this is also really interesting. The medic did take Mule.
Okay, and wow, huge engage in the top. Burden falls. Medic able to keep Zagara alive. The Maw goes down, and there is some damage. Oh no, Apocalypse.
The Apocalypse was just slightly mistimed. So much damage coming out from Lunara. There's poison everywhere. Ring of Frost goes down onto Diablo, and he is going to fall.
Oh, it looked like he might pull through for 1 second there, but no. And Pyroblast was already used before that engagement happened and did not secure the kill on Lunara. So it did limit somewhat what they were able to really do, try and turn that around. And now they're going to lose the first Dragon Knight. It's going to go over to Bringers of the Storm.
Yep. Fantastic job by them. They knew exactly what they needed to do. 2-man down. They capped the top. They went straight for the Dragon Knight. And now Zagara's in big trouble.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she falls there. And there's like now the opportunity to get a lot of value from this Dragon Knight.
Yeah. They're going to get both of these towers down. And this is an almost 9-minute Dragon Knight, so it's a little sturdier than it would have been. It took quite a while to get this. They're gonna take the fountain out because why not?
Diablo getting the boot.
Got the boot.
Comes in to secure the kill here on this Kael'thas, who is really in a bad spot.
Nice fly by Falstad and Gus to knock them back, and they're gonna take out both Diablo and Kael'thas. Getting huge work with this first Dragon Knight.
Yeah, they got a lot done. They get that fort. They're going to get 3 towers and the wall, obviously. They're pushing across this bridge. It actually runs out of time. So.
And that is the exact scenario you want with a first Dragon Knight. Usually you're lucky you get a gate, you get maybe 2 towers, but they got 3 towers, the gate, and the fort out of that. I mean, they should be super happy.
Absolutely, and I think the thing that you have to look for Wedge of Destiny is, can you get those heroics lined up and turn a team fight around? Like, we just haven't seen that yet.
Well, that was their problem. The Apocalypse was just a little too slow after that Maw, and they were able to run out and completely negate any advantage from that.
Yeah, exactly. And looks like they might want to push into this bottom fort.
Yeah, their rotations have just been amazing. They're doing a really good job. They capped those bruisers up on top. That's been keeping Zagara busy. And now, Stole Giants. They're going to take the bruisers on the bottom. Their Giants, their Siege Giants up for grabs. Their Bringers of the Storm is just dominating map control right now.
A Mule coming in to fix that tower, but honestly, haven't seen a ton of value from that Mule, and part of that was because they have pushed so hard.
Yeah, everything's just gone down too fast.
There hasn't been that opportunity to sort of okay, that structure's damaged, let's get the Mule down, because things have just been getting clobbered. And this is their last fort on the side of Wedge of Destiny, so...
Yeah, very impressive play by Bringers of the Storm. They've done an amazing job with rotations. Diablo does come in, getting melted right now. Medic jumps onto him as fast as he can. Avatar comes out, and Ring of Frost goes down, man. Everyone is just getting bursted so crazy.
Oh, and the Pyroblast actually does secure the kill on Falstad, so it's currently a 3-for-1. But Kael'thas so far forward, and he's going to fall as well, so it's 4-for-1.
And honestly, Josh, that was actually a 5-for-1. Diablo, the only reason he's back is because of his souls. So not only did they get a 5-man for 1, they also wasted Diablo's souls. And, that'll lower his HP a lot. Oh, nice job, though, by Diablo with the overpower to bring Johanna into tower range with that low health.
I really liked what I saw from Falstad with the aggressive fly, looking for a gust, but he got there and realized he didn't actually really need to do it. So the team fight was already turning around. Wow, Diablo in a terrible spot here, but
and we're seeing a very similar Jaina build to what we saw last game, except this time she went Icy Veins instead of that Ice Block, feeling pretty good.
I'm very intrigued by that. I think she's in a position where her team is so far ahead that it might not be able to... Oh, wow, and actually Rhaegar Ancestrals himself to keep himself alive.
Wow.
Turn around on Morales, and now Muradin, needs a Dwarf Toss out of here, but I guess he doesn't have it as he falls in the top end. Another Dragon Knight goes over to Bringers of the Storm.
And this is going to be a dead Kael'thas, too. There's just too much damage, and they're trying to fight level 17 to level 14. They've got a talent tier advantage on the side of Bringers of the Storm, and 3 levels. That's just so much stats. You just can't really fight that unless you have some sort of advantage, like under your tower or getting a pick.
Yeah, and they're going to get a keep. For sure. And wow, also
Zagara went down too. This could be a huge push for them. They've got the dragon. It's pretty much at full health. They've still got 25 seconds on Zagara. Kael'thas almost up, but they could easily get a keep out of this, maybe even 2.
Yeah, they should be able to get 2 if that's what they want to do. They're sort of posturing like maybe they want to core, but no, they're just going to back out. Take down some of these structures. It looked like they might attempt it, but I guess they will not.
I would say that bottom fort down there looking tasty as they rotate down. And there's not really much that Wedge of Destiny is going to be able to do to save this. Lunara, though, getting kind of caught out. And Pyroblast... Oh, Pyroblast didn't go out. It got interrupted or got out of range. And Lunara's going to get away.
Yeah, she can outrun the Mutalisk just because of her passive.
Wow.
Speed,
I do not know how she survived that. That was 4 members trying to kill her.
She can be slippery, you know? I mean,
that extra 20% extra movement speed all the time.
Yeah, so interesting that they weren't able to close that out, but I mean, she is a slippery customer at times. So now they're going to do their siege camp. Oh, wow, this gets snipped out.
Oh, no, invade. Verdun comes in with the Dwarf Toss, nice stun onto Jaina, but I don't think they're going to be able to fight this. They don't have their 16 talents yet. Beautiful Ring of Frost. Mod does come out, but only onto one person, and Kael'thas falls. Apocalypse goes out, Gust to slow them down, and they are just popping one after another.
Yeah, and at this point they can actually just end the game. It looks like they're moving to do that. They're going to go mid. Death timers are still actually... pretty short. It's only 14 minutes at level 16 here for Wedge of Destiny, but yeah, they're going to move in.
The call's been made, and they're going to try and get this ended. They do have a lot of damage. Johanna can take those bolts, and Muradin's just not going to be able to do much.
Yeah, he doesn't have the damage required to stop this, and that's going to be game. So overall, from Wedge of Destiny, we never really saw a great combination.
Yeah, the idea was there. The combo potential was there, but they were never just able to execute it quite right.
It had to start with the Maw, really, here, you know?
Yeah, it did. And a lot of the times, the Maw was used reactively, not to actually initiate the fights.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, in terms of talents, we didn't really get a chance to talk about during the game. Like, we did mention the Jaina build. Kael'thas is exactly what you'd expect, except Gathering Power and Pyroblast, like we mentioned.
Yeah, and the Gathering Power was just super unfortunate for him. He never was able to get any stacks off of that because, and let's be honest, I mean, Bringers of the Storm were just targeting him hard.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned the Icy Veins talent for Jaina, but in the end, it didn't really matter. Like, It didn't matter what she picked. She was always safe, so the ice block didn't.
Yeah,
It
she didn't
wasn't
need the
really.
ice block, and I think, and she figured that out. Had figured that out by that point in the game, and that's kind of one of those talents you just judge. If you're far ahead, if you're staying safe, if you haven't been able to be killed, then that's a great pickup because it's an absolutely insane extra burst of damage.
It feels kind of like a win more talent to me. Like, if you're in that situation where you're so far ahead, you're like, well, I might as well take this and just push our advantage. Um, but like you said, there was never really a viable threat to her. She was playing pretty safely, and I agree she didn't need it. I did like the greater spell shield from Lunara. There are other options at 13 that are quite good. But against a Kael'thas with Chain Bomb, as well as the Pyroblast, let's
Hmm.
not forget, that made a lot of sense.
Yeah,
So
and that greater spell shield may have been the thing that saved her when she was getting chased down by that 4v1.
I would not be surprised if that's the case.
It's
That,
a big damage reduction.
yep, absolutely.
Well, GG's, very well done by Bringers of the Storm. They just played an absolutely fantastic game. Uh, Not a whole lot more to say. It was great rotations, great ultimate synergy, great picks. They played it pretty well.
I just wonder if the Diablo pick for Wedge of Destiny maybe wasn't a bit early, because at the end of the day they lost out on Falstad or Jaina, depending
Hmm.
on how you want to draft that. And I mean, the Diablo made some great plays. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like maybe could have waited until a little bit later in the draft, and they could
Yeah,
have picked up some power picks.
and that's a great thing to learn for drafting. It's all about prioritization. Diablo, you may really want him, and you may think, okay, my comp needs Diablo. But if he's not going to be a very high pick character, if he's not going to be in danger of getting banned, you want to pick the characters who have the highest danger of getting banned, who have the biggest potential early on. And I think the Jaina Zagara probably would have been a better grab for them initially.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing about first picking a tank like Diablo, is that you get what you want, but the next few choices under him are not that like Johanna serves admirably as a lone tank,
Yeah.
and you might really want Diablo, but like the fall off to Johanna is very small.
Yeah,
Tanks,
you're not taking away choices from the enemy team, and that's really how drafting needs to be. You want to deny as much stuff for the enemy team while still getting what you want, and then you have to just figure out that prioritization on
yeah. So I think there's definitely some lessons for Wedge and Destiny from this, but I like you said, I think Bringers of the Storm they just played a great game too.
They did. They
So
had great rotations. They had great focus, and they had good ganks. That poor Kael'thas down bottom just couldn't get a break.
yeah, absolutely. And Lunar did a lot of damage, never died once. So props to
Lunara
Asriel.
Lunara did very, very well. Well, guys, that's it for our chair league tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. I am TBK. You can find me on Twitter at TBKZord, and you can also check out my Heroes of the Storm podcast, Lords of the Storm, by going to the links below. VODs for today's chair league will be up within the next day or so. I always throw up highlights of those on my Twitch and throw them on my YouTube channel, which is also linked below, so check those out. Josh, where can these fine people find you?
Check me out on Twitter at Throne Gauntlet, which should be right below me right now, I think. Yes. Okay. And if not, check me out on the score esports.com/hots. We have extensive Heroes of the Storm esports coverage. So you can even follow your favorite team, find out when something happens with them. So
Cool. All right, guys. Well,